Chris Mannix for SI.com here with Ben Golliver. Ben, that was an offensive explosion by San Antonio in the first half tonight. What did you see from Miami defensively? Did they just not play well, or was San Antonio just too good offensively to stop by anyone?
Yeah, to me, Spurs came into the series favored. I thought this was more San Antonio being amazing as opposed to Miami maybe not matching their intensity level. Obviously, a little bit of both, but they left the Heat stunned. I mean, you look at LeBron James, Dwayne Wade in their post-game press conferences, they didn't have a lot of answers. They just said they got to fix it for Game 4. They didn't have a lot of specific ways they want to fix it. Of course, they want more from Mario Chalmers. Past that, I think they're looking around kind of scratching their head. What can you do after a performance like that from the Spurs?
Yeah, I never thought I'd say this about Miami in the finals, but they looked a little overconfident coming into this game, coming home, getting a split. I think they thought in their minds that they should be up 2-0. If the air conditioning's working in the AT&T Center in Game 1, they have that game, they're coming home 2-0. I think they respected the Spurs, but they didn't believe that San Antonio was going to be able to come out with that kind of offensive efficiency. I think they forgot that over the last 2 or 3 years, San Antonio is not that defensive-minded team we've seen for the first part of their dynasty. They duplicate offense to go with their defense just as well.
Yeah, I think they took maybe Chris Bosh's performance for granted a little bit, Rashard Lewis's performances for granted for a little bit in the first 2 games. Both those guys didn't have nearly the impact they did back in San Antonio, and so now the Heat are really left scrambling. I mean, what are they going to do? Can they keep up with this Spurs attack if they don't have sort of everything going right for them offensively? I think that's the key question going into Game 4.
Now, you mentioned the point guard play, and Mario Chalmers, a free agent to be, is not having a good series at all. In fact, it's been a disastrous series. How long can they stick with Mario in this type of situations before you have to pull the plug when a guy who's missing shots, who's turning the ball over, is committing stupid flagrant fouls, is just not effective for them?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, he's on a really short leash right now. I think you probably continue to start him in Game 4, but if he comes out this same sort of flat, non-contribution kind of style of play, you got to pull the plug quick, get Ray Allen in there playing more minutes, and you've got guys who can handle the ball, right? They don't really need him to facilitate the offense. You can always turn it over to LeBron James. You can even let Dwayne Wade handle some of that stuff. So to me, it's a short leash right now.
I agree, and I think I'd like to see a little more Norris Cole at times as well, because Norris, he's not an offensive type of player, but he is a very good defensive player. And if you're not going to match Tony Parker's production offensively, you can at the very least send the best guy out there defensively to get some stops on him. That's going to be a critical matchup for Miami going into Game 4. They've got to find a way to contain Tony Parker, and they've got to get something from one of their 2 point guards if they're going to get back into this series. Because, Ben, I think you'd agree, it's do or die in Game 4. You're not taking 3 straight from San Antonio, are you?
No question. And that's their identity, right? The bounce-back team. So if they don't bounce back this time, if they don't win that 14th game in a row after a loss in the postseason, they're going to be in some serious trouble.
A lot of pressure on Miami going into Game 4. We'll see what happens on Thursday night.